What is good, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Danny and I, Loony and Attach, will be answering some questions from the ROKKR Twitter, your guys' questions. So I actually got the first one from Shaha. Question for Attach: why did you run through your own artillery against Optic in World War II like a madman? And how does it feel to know you ended a dynasty? You know, I can't take all the credit for ending the dynasty. I think it was things that built up and added up. I was definitely a piece, but I can't take the full credit. That's just crazy. But sometimes in the situations, you just gotta do what you gotta do. You either look like an idiot and run through the artillery and die to your own artillery, or you look like a hero by making it through one shot, getting a two-piece, and then winning the 1v1 versus Crim. So some things you just gotta do in life.
Well, it wasn't even your own artillery, right? It was Chris's?
It is Chris's.
Yeah.
But it's the same team, team artillery.
You finessed it.
Yeah. I just got lucky I didn't die. The next question we got: favorite piece of ROKKR merch or other pieces of merch you'd like to see? What do you like? You're new. What catches your eye?
Always been a fan of their jerseys. And I mean, this is the one that stuck out and I picked out for this. I always liked the heather gray color. So I keep my color simple, but I always been a fan of their jerseys.
This is an easy one for me. The OG Season 1 ROKKR hoodie has it all embroidered, the different color purple, teal ROKKR logos on the arm. And there's only like 250 of them made. I'm lucky enough to have one, so you gotta ask for one too.
I got one.
Oh, you got one? Oh, I bet. We all got one now. So that's easily the best piece of merch. Does the community raising issues with GAs really matter when most pros would be using the same setups anyway? What does having multiple GAs do for fans' viewing experience?
I mean, GAs are obviously made just as a way to make the game the most competitive. There's a lot of things that a game has, especially nowadays with attachment and a bunch of stuff that, you have a group of pros that try to just bounce off ideas. Not everything passes, especially as of late, but it's just to make the game as competitive as possible. I know a lot of fans view it as like boring and we're limiting options, but in reality, if we do remove GAs and just play out of the box, it wouldn't be a fun game. You see smokes everywhere and just all types of things. So I think GAs are just made to make the game the most competitive and hopefully the best for a viewing experience.
Yeah, I think with GAs, usually it's like a vote between the teams to finally get past. But if everything was allowed, it would just look like a complete pub. So it wouldn't really be that competitive, but it might be entertaining for some people to watch, just to watch it straight out of the box, claymores, stims, trip mines, bouncing betties, whatever it may be. But to make the game competitive, you need to get some of the cheesy and trolly stuff out. I definitely think there is times when the pros can kind of go overboard with it and they try and GA everything, but there's definitely a balance that can be found. The next question, here you can take the phone for a little bit.
Where are we at?
Right there.
Right here.
Loony.
Oh, there it is. Will Loony be will be running our team sub spot, or are you guys waiting to see who is lighting it up in challengers to sign? So I believe I won't. I didn't sign a CDL contract. I signed just a separate contract. So I think we'll just be waiting to see who's lighting it up in challengers. I think that's how you guys signed Standy, right? I think Standy made noise in that scouting series. So I think that's the plan once again.
Yeah.
Next. When we have scrim our coaches before the dozens of championship Sundays we are in, how helpful will it be when warming up? There was wasn't there a running joke that you guys, if you got to a Sunday, you're scrimming against your coaches, or you're warming up against your coaches?
Oh, it's not a running joke. That's just who you have to scrim. All the other teams left the venue. Some probably flew home already. They got eliminated on Thursday. So it's a real thing. You have to play something. You either play you usually play a 3v3. It'll be 2 of you on one team. Spread a coach out to each team as well, so a 3v3 hardpoint raid, and that's how you get warmed up. So,
so to answer your question, I think I'd be impactful because I can shoot straight.
Definitely.
Like Jake repping.
You can shoot straight. You can shoot a lot straighter than Jake.
But the thing is, so there's two ways you look at this, right? I either on them and then they lose confidence as they're losing to a coach, or I get on purpose.
On them. All right, we'll go with that.
So I build them confidence, So there's two ways to on us. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think I'll be helping them just because I'm a former player and I know what they're looking for to warm up.
Yeah.
Attach, as the oldest player on the team and one of the oldest in the league, I think it's number 7 to be exact.
I'm 7, but I don't know why they got to add that in the tweet. That's
you're old now. You're the old head. Could you talk about how you and Loony plan to continue developing the younger players on the squad? How does having another veteran perspective help with the development in this regard?
Having Danny, that's one of the reasons I pushed for ROKKR to get him so much, because I know that he's a very smart Call of Duty player. He's not scared to say what he's thinking, and he's always been known for his, like, the whole community knows how smart he is at Call of Duty. So I think that's only going to help us get to that championship level sooner and to have potential to win more tournaments. But yeah, it's definitely hard to teach a lot of the new people, like, Call of Duty, how you should play certain situations, what you should do, and you can't always do it by yourself. So a team that listens, and then other coaches and people around you, they're going to help make the job a lot easier. And with the more people talking about it and thinking about it, usually the faster you're going to progress.
Yeah, and I think with the younger players too, especially since they're coming out of challengers, we've always said this as like pro teams, is challengers kind of play differently. They play more aggressive and like more like rogue and individual.
Yeah, it's like a
compared to like
free-for-all.
Yeah,
It's like free for all in there.
Compared to pros, so that transition can be kind of hard. I think Standy was one of the players that it looked like he transitioned perfectly.
Yeah.
But obviously he's so young in his career that I feel like I will be able to help him grow and just be better at decision making and those split plays and even like communication. I think a lot of it of being an aggressive sub is how you communicate to your teammates, letting them know what's going on, letting them know when you're going in. I believe Major, which obviously a lot of people think he's older than he actually is, it's one of his like first real like hard point, you know, boots on the ground Call of Duty. So just being that like anchor, which was a term used back in the days, I think I can help him a lot and just helping his teammates and putting each other in better spots. And then Priest, I think, is developed very good. Obviously, coming under Crowder's wing, who's a very intelligent player. So I think as a whole, obviously they already have a system in play, but I think I can just add more into that and get, like Dill said, get them to championship level quicker than last season. So we got another question here. We got, who has the most drip on the team?
On the team, as players, I'd have to give it to Mike. You know, he's always looking swaggy and his little hype beast stuff, some cool shoes and some fresh shirts. But probably Dan. Dan's a very classy guy. You'll see him around. Nice Louis Vuitton backpack, classy shoes.
You don't have to throw all that out.
You know, I'm gassing, you know, everything, human races, all that fancy stuff. So those two got it.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money. Obviously, I think as pros, you'll see it. You know, start buying shoes, start buying backpacks and stuff for events. You know, show out. But I've settled down.
I got my Nike shoes. These cost me like $100, and they're real comfortable.
You have Yeezys.
Yeah, I bought those when I was younger though.
Exactly.
I'm older now.
That's the point. That's the point.
I'm older now.
But yeah.
Yeah,
we'll give it to Mike. I know he has. Doesn't he have his Game of Thrones Ultra Boost? So.
He does. Yeah. No, I definitely shouldn't have bought those Yeezys from Flight Club. Wasn't a good investment.
This is a pretty popular question, I guess. What teams look like the top 3 going into Vanguard, not including ROKKR yourself?
The top 3 has to be FaZe. You got to give it to Ultra just because they were top 3 all season. And then it would be a toss-up between either
the
New York or the rumored OG Dallas thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty
hard.
Maybe Hunter T because they got Envoy too. So I think Envoy's going to really help boost their team.
Obviously, being biased, we would put ourselves in the top 3 at ROKKR. But if you were to throw in another team, I think it's pretty hard with these teams that are being made just because they're new and you'll see it. But I think LAT, New York,
it'll be a mix of them.
OG.
Yeah.
You'll see them kind
of
fight.
You know, some teams and some players are better at certain games than others, but you have to wait till that game comes out to really find out.
For Attach and Loony, what is the most overpowered gun in each era? Boots, jetpack, slide canceling. I think
like 3 different guns.
Boots, if we're talking pre-AW, probably the best gun we played with has to be the Vector. Everyone used it. The M8 from Black Ops 2.
Yeah, and Ghost, the Vector.
But I think it'll be the Vector.
Yeah, the Vector was like the do-it-all weapon.
Yeah.
Like it used as an AR, used as a sub, used as a shotgun, a sniper. Like it did it all.
Yeah, jetpack era. I don't know.
That we used?
I don't really know. I feel like Black Ops 3 had a good balance. IW
had
a good balance.
I feel like it would have to be either, because there were so many updates to the BAL and the ASM-1, but they were so good like at certain points. So one of those guns, but they were never really like super OP.
I would probably say the BAL just to say the BAL.
Yeah, the BAL was pretty crazy.
And then slide canceling. MP5
MW,
yeah. I think
MP5
that one's
MW
pretty
was like absurd.
And this is actually a good question. What was the Loony 1v5 from Black Ops 4 like from both perspectives, since you were involved in it? Well, Dylan was the first kill. He'll always say this. I
was the first person to die. I was like, 1v4. My teammates got this, man. This is going to be very easy. And then I just progressively watched them get on. on. And then it's down to a 1v1. And when it was a 1v1, the 1v1 lasted for like a whole minute. And the whole time, I already knew we lost the round when it came down to a 1v1. I was in my head saying, all right, don't lose fool your teammates. Don't lose fool your teammates. Take a deep breath, calm down, and tell them to regain after this. And then he ended up winning the 1v1 to 1v5 my team. Well, my teammates, not me.
You were a part of it.
I
can't 1v5 without you being a part of it.
I wasn't a part of it.
Okay.
You wouldn't have even got one if I was looking your direction. But yeah, I just was telling him to regain. But we went on to win that map, so it was all good.
Yeah, from my perspective, like I said, Doe gave me a freebie coming out the door.
I got traded. I got a kill and then he traded it.
My high sensitivity helped me kill. I think it was App second, and then I on
John
exotic,
Cap and exotic.
And then Cap came out, and then I think what happened is that Timmy Phantom just got scared when 4 people dropped, so he ran away. But luckily, my teammate Aqua realized that he didn't have Dead Talent, so after that, Aqua pretty much just won me the 1v1. And I got full streaks and still lost the map, like he said. But then we won the series.
Yeah, but we got reverse swept. So
super ultra duper.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
A series full of just bad plays.
Loony, how do you plan on helping these guys compete against the Super Squad top teams this year? Love you, by the way. I appreciate that. I think it's Brian, CDL, but helping them in the respawn, I think that was pretty much one of from all the talks I've had with Dylan specifically. I've known him for 8 years, so he was quick to start texting me when he knew I was going to be a coach. But I even spoke to the ROKKR guys in a meeting, and I think a lot of them, what they just want from me is just kind of to improve their respawn and not be afraid to be a voice on the team, which some teams, their coaches aren't really don't have that high of a voice when it comes to just scrims in between maps, like who's the one that's dictating what's happening and what you want to improve on. So I think that's what I'm just going to help. I've obviously had the nickname Dagger Dan, which is just someone that's not afraid to just tell it how it is sometimes, and that's what you need. As a coach, I think I'll step back from that and be more of an outside lens looking in, but definitely just helping them, I think, in the respawn. I think as an S&D as a whole, they'll be pretty solid. I can help with some strats and stuff, but yeah. I think for sure my focus is just respawn.
Besides you guys, who would y'all say by rumor teams is the underdogs going into next season? What do you think of the underdogs?
I think that's an easy answer for me. I think it would be LAG. I think it's they're similar to my Seattle Surge team of last year, which is a whole bunch of players with a chip on their shoulder. You have Slasher, who he said that when he got benched, people were telling him he should just call it quits and retire. People didn't think he had it anymore. But he proved towards the end in those 2 lands that he still has it. Gunless is just a big one, obviously. Hook had one heck of a roller coaster of a year, so I'm sure he's looking to bounce back. And I think Asim proved, I mean, he was on trial with New York for a long time, and finally got picked up, and then to not get retained. And luckily he did land in the squad. It was a tough offseason, so happy to see him on the squad. So I'd say LAG for sure. Yeah,
I'd say LAG and then also Seattle, because Seattle has a lot of new talent. They have 2 people who've never been in the pro league before. They have Lamar, who just got dropped off our team, and so he's kind of building something over there, and Mac, who's been a pro for 2 years. So I could see them being really good, because you just never know what you're going to get at, especially out of these rookie players. So they're talented, but I can see them putting it together for sure. So those would be my 2. Last question is, what is your favorite film of all time?
Ooh. I have a mix. Pulp Fiction is one of my all-time favorites, and then one that I'll always just rewatch is The Dark Knight.
Oh, I was about to say the same thing, The Dark Knight. But I'll say something a little different. The Dark Knight's really good, but sometimes you need to get in your bag. You need to start feeling yourself, get your hustle on. You got to watch Paid in Full. It's a great movie, great film, classic.
What's that drum movie?
Drama movie?
No, drums.
Oh, with Nick Cannon?
Movie? No, not Drumline. Damn it! Why can't I remember it? Twister, Wister.
No,
it literally makes
with the old guy yelling.
Yes,
Whiplash.
I said this last year. If anyone slacks, I'm gonna force you to watch Whiplash. So it made me feel like I am just lazy, a bum. Like that movie will just get you motivated. I feel like. So I'd say
that's a really good film too. I like that.
Film. So those were all the questions that you guys submitted to us through the Twitter. So I appreciate you guys for the questions and then just for watching, and as well, obviously, fans. We appreciate your support, and we hope to have one hell of a season for you guys. And peace out.